So some other folks may be joining us as we get going here this morning. Minutes, housekeeping, any edits to the meeting as submitted by, I think these were Kara's minutes from the last meeting. I can't remember. It was so long ago already. If there are no edits, can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All right. Thank you. Just one housekeeping announcement. I did chat with Jim briefly yesterday, and the city sounds like as of June 1st is transitioning back to in-person meetings. So I anticipate our June meeting will be in person. If I don't know how to handle that. If someone, I guess if you just have a concern about that for you personally, can you just maybe contact me? And I don't know if there's a workaround for that. I don't know if we have the option for folks to join virtually. But again, if you have any, concerns specifically, just give me a shout. Otherwise, maybe I'll see you in your face in person in a couple weeks. I don't have a super robust agenda today. I wanted to just briefly touch base on if anyone has any high level issues, concerns about their organization outreach that you wanted to share, or if anyone has had luck or issues with the Google Sheets and Google Docs. I just want to make sure that everyone can access those, everyone can make updates, everyone can get the information that they need or make changes. So anything regarding organization outreach to share with the group.
I guess I have a quick question of who is maintaining the list of all of our contacts that we created, because pardon?
We all are. So you should be able to make your own edits and changes to that now.
Oh, we can go into the Google Doc and do it.
Yep.
Oh, okay, good. Because does anybody recall if Jan Brandt Studios is on the list?
She is.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
Yep.
Okay. She just moved in down the block, and I had the experience of seeing her house full of a fair amount of artwork. Let's just phrase it. And I was just wondering if she was on the list, because it seems like it's kind of like she's got a big presence here in the community, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't have that list in front of me and know who she's assigned to off the top of my head, Mark. But if you want to reach out to that person and let them know your personal connection, you can always move that person over to you and reassign them to you.
Yeah, I could. Since I, know her now, so, but maybe somebody else knows her better. I just met her as she moved in, but she's going to be kind of close by. So
anyway, I just
wanted to check on that, because I hadn't even, I hadn't heard of her, but I'm not as connected with things with other people. And so.
Yeah.
She's downtown.
No, that's perfect. Morning, Jeff. Any other outreach items of note or issues with the Google Docs, Sheets, anything else for the group?
I've been trying to put in things I put those individual monthly calendars in. They're not friendly though. They're just like basic Word docs that just have a calendar on them. So if anyone knows of a friendlier calendar that you could actually put stuff in there. And maybe it's just better to put like a regular Word doc with the months, and then you put stuff under the months if there's something significant that you hear about, and that we could, make sure that they get that to the Visitors Bureau and that we want to highlight or something.
So for my business, I just use a Google Calendar, and then I made a separate email for it that that my partner and I can both access, obviously. And then that automatically feeds into my regular calendar. I wonder if there's some sort of way to create a general one for us on Google where it's just something we can access and we can grant access to people. Or again, be appointed to, talk through our update the calendar with new things and things like that. But
Yeah, we could explore that. And I think one of the rubs was, and Julia, you were involved when Adam Fox was kind of working on that, we couldn't figure out a way to have like a Google Drive for us, and the calendar was in that drive. It like had to be a separate link and a separate thing, and they don't, which is weird that, Google wouldn't put them both. Like, could we have a Google Doc Drive kind of thing with the calendar in there? But we can revisit that if that's possible or not. Maybe we have embed the link somehow. Ideally, it's like you have one place to go for this commission stuff. You don't like multiple links.
Yeah.
It's more challenging. I'll look into that, RJ. Thanks.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else from the group on outreach or items, just again, continue that outreach. If there's someone that you haven't talked to, and if you feel comfortable dropping by places or meeting with folks in person at this point, please do. Any of those notes can be captured in the, spreadsheet, or, shared when we get together. Kelly was at I think it already happened this week. Did the quarterly CVB meeting already happen this week, Kelly?
I think it's today.
Oh, it's today. Today.
So I had another event. I had a bicycle event last night.
Yeah,
so
you've been busy with other stuff.
This morning I'm like, what? 7:30. Right. Got it. Yeah, it is today at 3:00. I will go to that.
Yeah. And I know Kelly Highland's out this week, but Kelly Williams and I and Meryl have had a couple conversations about an opportunity to do something virtual, a Zoom session, Zoom webinar potentially, to review how to just, again, a quick tutorial on how to do the data entry on the CVB side. I would be happy to do a quick tutorial on the WGLT community calendar. We're tentatively targeting the week of Memorial Day, but after Memorial Day, maybe Wednesday, June 2nd for that. And again, it would be virtual, kind of a lunch and learn type format. If you are available, obviously you're welcome to join. It's not required or necessary for everyone on the commission to join. But I'm sure you've all seen yourselves the quick resurgence of events happening this summer now that we're in the bridge phase and heading into phase 5 across the state, which will be really great for all of our partners to be able to really continue programming this summer. So we feel like it's timely, and this is not a must for anyone, but I think it is a nice opportunity for folks who may not be as comfortable doing some of that, or just not aware of what those opportunities are. So did you have anything you wanted to add to that, Kelly?
Only that they would likely host it, which is great because so if they host it, they would send the email with the Zoom links and everything. They like people to RSVP. So I would work with Kelly Highland on getting that out. But we would want to then reach out to our little subset to say like, hey, did you see this? Great way to get your events out, and looking forward to it or something. So I'll confirm with Kelly after their meeting today for the June 2nd, see if that works over a lunch. I sent in the bicycle event for June 12th to try it recently, and they seem to have their process organized because it went up the next day, I noticed.
Great.
So I wanted to see how that went. It went very well.
Okay, so more on that will obviously be coming via email since this will happen between now and our
Right.
next commission meeting. Again, your responsibilities are share that with your partners, the folks you've already been communicating with as an FYI, invite them to participate. If you can participate yourself, cool. If not, that's okay too. But it'll be a nice touch point for each of us to have with our partners, and hopefully low effort.
And I'm going to be out of town starting Saturday for 2 weeks. So I will not be in town that week. And so likely will not be able to attend. So I would love if someone would be sort of Kelly Highland's contact for us, since I'm going to be with my parents and doing parental things during that. So
Yeah, that could be me, Kelly.
Okay.
That's no problem.
that'd be great.
So Melissa,
Mhm.
you were saying, as far as reaching out to people, we can record notes somewhere. Where exactly should we do that? I was kind of curious about that.
I think I brought my laptop this morning.
We can just make another column.
Yeah,
We can
because I
make
saw a
another
bunch of blank columns and I didn't know if I should put something there or if we should put something somewhere else or what.
You could definitely make another column. I think there was also there's contact notes. There's just a blank Google Doc in that drive that says contact
Mhm.
notes. If you want to put that stuff on there.
Okay,
too.
so not in the spreadsheet, but in the
yeah.
separate.
But
okay.
I'm open to feedback on that. Like if it works better to have it all in one, it just means you have to kind of scroll over to see that. I'm
Yeah.
totally open to that too. This is all very adjusted
guess
as we go along.
My feedback for that would be if it's evergreen, Jeff, for the organization, like, a note that they're only active 3 months out of the year, or, I don't know.
Yeah.
But otherwise I think it can go in the doc if it's if it's timely and it's going to come and go, an event or just, hey, we're going to be closed for the next 3 months. We're going to reopen September 1st, or I think those can all go in the document. But if it's really pertinent to the organization or the contact ongoing, I would say toss it in the sheet so that information lives on for the next person. But
got it.
I would also suggest paying attention to what's already there and keep it in alphabetical order so that when you do need to search for notes for an organization, that it's easily findable, because otherwise it's going to get very mucky.
Yep, good questions and comments. Thank you. Okay, any questions about the virtual lunch and learn? Again, simple agenda, tutorial, mostly a little touch base. Okay.
Sorry. Will we all just get a blanket invite to that to be able to attend it?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll work with Kelly Williams and Kelly Highland to finalize that, and we'll get it out. Be hopefully super easy. Okay, I know I heard from a couple of subcommittees. I know people are in various states of meeting, not meeting. Anything for the group from any of our subcommittees to share?
Nope, we did not meet.
Now getting the CBD thing moved forward. We didn't meet, but getting that moved forward was our thing.
Totally okay if you didn't meet. I know some groups are doing stuff ongoing, and I know others didn't meet. Just want to make sure there was no announcements, anything to share for the group. If you do meet or again connect and have an action item or information to share back with the group, you can always send those bullet points to me. We'll make them available to Shannon for the meeting minutes. Again, just so those are accessible if requested or needed. Well, I was actually hoping Kara could share. We did have a member of the public reach out to us between our last meeting and this meeting for potentially some guidance, partnership opportunity. I was hoping Kara could just give a quick summary, and then I was hoping to ask someone from the advocacy group to reach out and see how the commission might be able to help this individual and or invite this person in to make public comment at our June meeting. Kara, do you want to just give a quick synopsis for me?
Sure. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I met with Maurice Gibbs. He is new to the community, but he's an artist. Recently, I forgot where he came from, but recently moved here, and he's worked with art guilds. And he noticed that we did not have an African American art guild or a Latino art guild, and he was passionate about that. And so his first idea was to coalesce an African American art guild, and then after realizing there was really a lack of those in our community, he wants to just create an art guild. And it really just speaks to what you guys are doing. And so I pushed him to you, the Cultural Commission. Right now, your focus is getting all of our arts community partners talking. And that was what he wanted to do too. But with that, he has this idea called the SNAP initiative. And I don't have it in front of me. I should have, but he has the idea of a summer project where every weekend, maybe even going on with the First Fridays, or as it gets more popular, it's more of an arts project. There's lots of aspects to this project, but it pretty much provides arts marketing for local artists where right now it's just fine arts. They would have a mural done, and it would be a mural that could be put in different places. And then every Friday, that artist would have a stand next to the mural and be talking about the mural and in partnership with the Cultural Commission. So he's looking to bounce this idea off of the Cultural Commission and see what you guys think, see what resources you can provide, guide him. And friends of the BCPA love this idea. And if we can partner with other organizations, if Cultural Commission would like to maybe even take this on as something that they do or you do. So that's what his idea is.
So lots of, obviously, he's new to the community, lots of energy, lots of good ideas. I'm sure there's some ways, it's just like with all of our partners, we might be able to point them in the right direction or offer some assistance. I saw RJ raise his hand, but I guess my question's welcome, but my idea was, again, if someone would be willing to meet with him, I'm suggesting someone from the advocacy committee. It doesn't necessarily have to be, just to kind of see, again, where there might be some opportunities to either give him some guidance or opportunities for partnership. And then again, if he's, kind of far enough along where it might be worth it to have some public comment at our June or, whenever he can make it, future meeting. Do you have a question, RJ? Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So for me, this kind of jives with what we talked about a few weeks ago with the public art project. And it feels like his idea would be like almost like an add-on to it, or some sort of spice that would make it more interesting for the public arts. And so unfortunately, I think that, that kind of thing is in hold up until the council makes a decision on the Public Art Commission and how it'll function and things like that, because it sounds like that's what he's very interested in doing, is an interactive public art display. And that's just kind of where it clicked in my head as something we've talked about in the past, where we might point him. I'm
sorry to interrupt. I would say he wanted to partner, and I forgot to add this, with local businesses. So public art, I think eventually he'd want to get there, but he right now saw the opportunity to boost both the small businesses and the local artists. So for instance, Heartland Bank, he gave this example. artists on Friday, a day on a month, the artists will come into Heartland and show their murals, and they'll be there while also boosting Heartland. So he wants to do private small businesses, maybe eventually going to public art too.
Sure. In that department, then I would more than likely just direct him to the Chamber of Commerce for McLean County, because that would be.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple different ways we might be able to help, but this is a lot to try to handle virtually. So my recommendation would be is there someone who'd be willing to meet with him? Angelique, thank you. Just to kind of see how we might be able to point him in the right direction. This is a good example of what we're good at, what our role can be, doing some partnering and collaboration. I don't know. You're right. We don't know what's going on with the Public Art Commission. That's on my list of things to check in on now that we have our new folks in office. But that might be something that we can explain as a future down the road opportunity, because that's obviously in the very, very early stages of even coming together. Kelly, did you want to add something?
No, I was just going to thank Angelique for connecting with him. I think seeing what I kind of get what he's starting with. What's like his home run? Like what's he going for? And that would be helpful. That may figure out how we can best help or connect, make those connections for him. You talk to this person. So that'd be great.
RJ and I are in a tag team.
Okay,
good. Super.
Yeah.
Well, and he's got a lot of good, he's
some great ideas. Yeah.
Clearly full of energy and good ideas, which is awesome. And he might even be at the point now where he's like, okay, I can't do all 10 of these things, but maybe I can do 1 or 2, and we can kind of help provide some guidance. So I think I would love for him, especially now that hopefully we're going to be in person in June. It's nice when we can invite folks in to make public comment and to, meet us in person, share with us directly, instead of trying to do all this virtually. So it'll be great.
How do you spell his name? Can't hear you, Kara.
You're muted, Kara. There you go.
Thank you. Sorry. Maurice, Maurice Gibbs, Gibbs.
I think this might be a nice opportunity for, if he's that full of energy, compared to I shouldn't compare, but the point is, we could, if he can get something going, and we could say, he could put on advertisements or on the advertisements for the event, in collaboration with the Bloomington Cultural Commission. And then if it would happen to keep going and catch on, then we also can piggyback along, that we get a little, public awareness of the Cultural Commission. I don't know, maybe I'm making too much of what he's going to do, but it just, you guys were getting so enthusiastic, and he sounded like he's going to really kick in. And of course, it takes somebody oftentimes from outside to initiate an exciting new action. Anyway, that's my thoughts when you were speaking.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts, I should say. Oh, and also very quickly probably too late for this, but I should be a Zoom expert after over a year, but I just only learned like a week ago that the tab button toggles on and off the mute. I don't know if you guys all know that. I'm the only one on earth that doesn't know it. But it's so hard to grab the mouse. Which one? The what?
Well, the space bar will unmute you for however long you hold the space bar down.
Yeah, it toggles. And so I'm sitting here grabbing the mouse and trying to find the unmute button and all this. And that's it's so much easier to hit the tab. And so anyway, my life is better. I don't know about the rest of you.
I did not know that. So that's my golden moment for this morning. Thank you.
Funny.
Also, Mark, Julie is currently aligned with Jan Brandt. So if I remember right, I don't know if that's a connection. That was, she was interested in looking at visual art. So if you've met Jan, then maybe Julie would be, I don't know, Julie, have you talked to her, or did you just do the email conversation, or do you know her?
I just did the email conversation, and I had volunteered for the fine art galleries just because that's an area of the arts that I'm not super, don't have a lot of connection in. So I was going to expand my horizons. But if Mark knows her, then that makes more sense.
It doesn't really matter. I mean, I'd be happy to. We could maybe handle Jen Brandt. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter which one I do. I just brought it up because I just want to make sure she was there because,
Yeah, and she did respond to my email, so I have her stuff updated.
yeah, she's quite gregarious.
Mhm.
It's a good thing.
Okay, Angelique and RJ, I did touch base with Maurice once, so I'll forward that communication with you so you have his contact information. Let's see, our June meeting is tentatively scheduled for June 17th. So more soon on the transition back to the Creativity Center and what that might look like. As I know it myself. One other, I guess, note just on meeting dates and times, something to think about. I know we're missing Ron and Shveta today, but and Meryl. Does anyone have really strong feelings and really like the 7:30 a.m. start time on Thursdays? Or would, I guess, anyone be opposed to potentially moving back our start time to 8 a.m.? I don't know how that works with people's lives.
I'm good.
Get a thumbs up from me.
Okay. I have no idea how we make that happen and how much notice we need to give people. Julia, were you going to add something?
Oh, I was just going to say, like, I have to make up work time for these meetings.
Yeah.
So starting later is, kind of a wrench in that. But if I can keep doing them remotely, then
okay.
I would be more willing to do it.
Okay. Good feedback.
I'm also fine if that's what everybody else wants to do.
Yeah.
But
well, Meryl and I are your lucky co-chairs, chair and co-chair, which we love. Meryl and I also have this, rotten school drop-off situation to navigate. So I don't want to be disrespectful of your time and be late every time we starting. June and July is fine. August, would be the problem. So let me see what we can figure out and see what our virtual in-person options are. I wanted to throw it out there today and see if anyone, how people felt about it. So
we can meet anytime we want, as long as it's the ordinance just says minimum of once a month. So we are free to do that. I mean, most commissions, zoning commission, liquor commission, all that kind of stuff.
They all meet in the afternoon.
They all meet afternoon or right after work or in the evening, and that's often more common. So we can do whatever we wish, and to make sure. But finding something that works for 11 busy people is a challenge. But we can certainly see what it is, so that we aren't having to meet and actually be intelligent at 7:30 in the morning.
I was going to add, I can push it to 8 maybe, but I have to teach, so I have to get finished in time to I can't sort of just run straight to a classroom. So, but I think at least like you say, it's happening in the fall. So that's the bigger concern, is in August. For me, the summer, I don't care either way either.
Well, we have June and July to figure it out then.
Yeah.
So maybe we
think about it and share. Like I said, I just wanted to at least toss it out there, food for thought. We can continue.
We put like 5 options out or something, and people can kind of like yes, no, works for me kind of thing, or see if there's any overlap.
And with regard to a hybrid situation, take it from somebody who's been teaching hybrid. It's very challenging to have people in a room and people on a screen at the same time. It's a little wearing. So I think once we open that door, that we all like sit around the table there at the Creativity Center, and then have somebody sitting on a laptop, I guess we could do it, but the sound, it tends not to be as good. I mean, I guess we could try it and see how the sound works and all of that, but at least in the classrooms, half the time the other person. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think it's a consideration to either stay on Zoom only, always do Zoom for the rest of time, or to make it be that we do it in the class, in the room, in person, and you don't come if you can't come.
Yeah.
something to think about. I mean, it
Yeah,
sounds
I
like we're going
don't-
to accommodate everybody, but it's challenging.
And I don't want to go down that rabbit hole quite yet because I don't know what's even possible. I have not been able, I just chatted with Jim about it very briefly yesterday. So let me do some checking on just what our options even are. There may not be an option to do
Well, if they
anything.
had internet so that we can set up a laptop and, there the person is on the laptop, and maybe with the room situation, they would be at the end of the table where no one tends to sit, and they would see us and we would see them. Maybe it could work, for the people who have challenges in getting in. At least they could come when they would otherwise have a conflict. So, I mean, I'm not trying to poo-poo it. I'm just trying to say, it isn't just like, it's not like easy doing
I'm
hybrid.
supportive
not easy.
of being flexible and having options. I just don't know what the city, I guess, protocol is on that and what is possible. So I don't want to speak out of turn unless I don't know if Kara or anyone else, I don't want to put you guys on the spot because you may not know either. So
I think we have to, if we had virtual options for our commissioners, like it was just an option, then it would also have to be a public option. And that means
Right.
we'd have to have tech assistants, we'd have to have people, we'd have to run it on YouTube for open meetings laws. So I think there's some complications there to Melissa's point, like what are the open meeting things that we have to make sure and respect and observe, which can get in the way of easy attendance of meetings. Sometimes the rules to make meetings able to be attended get in the way of meetings being able to be attended, but sometimes we have to just do what we have to do.
Yep. All right. Well, nothing's changing right now.
No.
As far as I know, we're meeting in person in June, TBD, Creativity Center. I will let you guys know. Just appreciation to Kelly. She did update our spreadsheet with our city council liaison. Obviously, we have a new mayor now, and our terms. So Julia, RJ, and myself all have been reappointed since our last meeting. So we don't have anyone, as of right now, we don't have anyone else rolling off until next 2022. Yeah. So we're set for this year. But I will share that spreadsheet with this group. Just a reminder, it has our personal information on it. So don't share any of that with anyone outside this group, please.
Okay.
It's only 8:05. Does anyone have anything else to share? Any announcements? Any cool summer stuff?
I do.
Yeah, Anjali.
Okay. For those of you who don't know, we have a program that's been running once a semester. It's 5 or 6 weeks. It's called Hip Hop Elemental Arts, where we break down the elements of hip hop with a theme. The session 2 that just ended in March created an entire track from beginning to end, from the instrumental all the way through to marketing and everything like that. And it is out right now. It is streaming everywhere. It is called Get Right. You can find it literally everywhere. You can go to Spotify or iTunes, even YouTube, and search BCAI-CAH, which is Cultural Arts and Humanities. But it's that acronym that you would search for and Get Right. And it's there and it's gorgeous and it's amazing. And if you want to donate to the program itself to keep it going, because session 3 is about to start and they're going to make the music video for that, you can go to bandcamp.com and you can actually purchase the download for as much as you want to donate. So you can actually purchase the download for like 30. Somebody paid $100 for it just to make sure that we got a donation. So, but just keep in mind that there is revenue share, and out of that $100, we got like $85. So some of it goes to like the things that they have in place to make sure it's convenient for us. So yeah, that's really important because that's not only supports the artists that created it, which is the 8 youth here from ages 9 to 15, but it shows them that they're cared for in this community. Their voices are important because their lyrics are theirs. They didn't just come up with some cute lyrics. Like, this is message stuff. Like, it's very, very serious, very personal, very vulnerable. So please check that out. And then, like I said, session 3 is coming up in June, Hip Hop Elemental Arts, and they'll be working with a very highly sought after videographer out of New York. And he's amazing. And so that's really exciting. They'll be shooting the actual music video in Chicago. Some of it will be here. So that's a really huge opportunity. And then Summer Arts Exposure, of course, starts the middle of July, which is our 3-week summer program that's at Illinois Wesleyan. And we explore as many different walks of life as possible, like as many different art forms as possible. Because our definition of art is very different. So it's every single thing that requires the imagination to get to the next level. So we're doing blacksmithing and sports and coding and robotics and a lot of things. So it's going to be really awesome, including like astrology and esports. So yeah, so that's coming up. The Juneteenth, there's a lot of Juneteenth stuff coming up. For those of you who don't know, there's a lot of Juneteenth stuff coming up to support the Black Normal. I keep doing that. The Bloomington Normal Black History Project has they made theirs virtual because when they made the decision, there was like a skyrocket of cases or whatnot. So others is completely virtual, and we just finished our music video for that this past Sunday. So that's going to be really epic. So you can tune in for that. And then I'm still waiting to see who's going to do one in person, because our kids want to perform live because they've been working on this piece for a year. So, yeah, lots of stuff going on at BCAI. I'm sure there's more, but we'll leave it at that for people.
Yeah, that's a lot. Thanks.
Summer, yay. Thank you. Anyone else have cool stuff going on? I know you do.
So the city approved the Bistro's Pride Festival this year. It has got moved forward from July to June, so it'll be June 26th. So if you know anybody who performs or is interested in vending or anything like that, I'm going to be going crazy for the next 26 days, or 36 days getting ready for it. So holler if you know anything.
And I saw, Julia, I saw Cogs and Corsets is coming back. Are you still in the Cogs and Corsets committee?
Me? No, I haven't been on the. I'm not on the
you were
committee.
on it. Are you just a Cogs and Corsets aficionado?
I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan with way too many costumes.
So I did see that's back June.
It's first Friday, right?
Yeah, the first weekend, June 4th, 5th, 6th.
Well, that's exciting. For my birthday too. All right, I get to
What's your
my
birthday?
June 4th.
I'm June 5th. Yay!
Oh, awesome.
I love that.
June 18th, bunch of Geminis hanging out. This is dangerous.
Geminis taking over the world. Awesome. I did hear briefly that, and maybe Kara has more information, BCPA plans are in the works, maybe a return to some sort of normal fall season.
Yeah, so I can't say officially, even though this is official, that we can open up.
Unofficially, officially, what's going on?
Yeah. We are planning to open up this fall. So a regular season looks like it's likely, and we usually kick that off around September. So we have everything lined up. We just can't officially say we're ready to go. So just waiting on everything. We have to be out of the bridge phase, but that looks like it's going to happen.
Yep.
And I will say that Artgasm is happening this year, October 16th.
15th or 16th?
16th, the Saturday. Oh, yeah, the season looks great. I can't say anything yet, but we have really great, diverse genre. I mean, everything, just like usual. Jung Hoon has done an amazing job this year. So this is his debut year to show us what he's got.
I heard that officially, unofficially. So congrats, good stuff. Be exciting to see all that come together this summer. All right, well, I'm going to give you guys back more than 15 minutes of your day. Go get some coffee or iced tea or whatever sounds good. Enjoy the next couple days of beautiful weather, and we'll talk on email and then see you hopefully in June.
Very good. Thanks, everyone.
Good. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.